Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. So we're gonna do a series of video on this 1995 E250 RV that I bought about a month ago. Let me just give you guys a good look at this. Um, so this has a generator in it. It has a lifted roof, has an AC, has a fantastic fan. Uh, Originally when I bought it, there was a couple of issues with it. This window was broken, and the mirrors, you guys can see the rear view mirrors was broken and still broken, but I have the replacement for it. A couple of outside details. It looks like it's a pretty clean van. From the outside, it looks like it's a pretty clean van. No rusty spots or anything like that. That's broken, but that's not very an important thing. Aside from that, from the outside, it looks fine, right? Now, I drove about an hour and 40 minutes. Well, make that like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It was the trip in itself was like 150 miles. It has a nice hitch. Has a nice hitch. It's a decent van. It has a nice hitch. AC. Now I don't know if the AC works. I don't know if any of this stuff works, honestly, the internal parts of it. But the tires are good. Tires were decent. I looked at the tires. Tires were decent. I didn't really do a lot of. I climbed inside, checked out inside. The inside was decent enough, and I paid about $8,000 for it. Now here's the thing. I didn't do a check on it as far as, I drove it. I turned on, drove it for maybe like 10 minutes around the area, and this is 1995, right? I wasn't looking for like check engine lights and all that stuff, but there was a check engine light. Anyway, I could tell like a huge long story on this van. A long story on this van. Now, the 12-volt internal battery is not hooked up, as you guys can see. For whatever reason, it's not hooked up. So I didn't actually check the inside to see if any of this stuff worked. I did check the oils. The transmission fluid seems to be good. The engine oil seems to be dirty. A bit watery. It's a little bit dirty. The AC didn't work. Probably have to get the compressor down. I'm probably going to do a video on how to, check the AC to make sure whether the lines are sealed or not, whether there's pressure in the system, etc., etc. Probably would need to change the compressor on it, the belt, the compressor, maybe the water pump or whatever. I drove it back. I drove it like 200 miles. Back to close to where I lived, and guess what, guys? There was no coolant in the system. I was smelling coolant, so I think a lot of the coolant that was in the system leaked out. So did not actually see the bottom of it. I didn't. I was driving my other car. Didn't drive the car with the other tools, but from down here. It's kind of a little bit rusty, but the engine was strong, and it drove all 100 and 200 miles. It drove, it drove good. I've always liked Fords. Always had a respect for Ford more than any of the other American makes, and even though I noticed the meter on the temperature meter went up every time every time I idled on the freeway, because it was it was traffic to traffic on the freeway, on the highway, and for a good, I would say for a good hour or something like that, a long block where traffic was close to a standstill, and it went to maybe 3/4. And then when I got going again, it went back down. So I knew it was either the fan that was the problem or the coolant, and at this point I'm pointing to a coolant leak somewhere. Hopefully it's just the radiator that's the issue, and that won't be a huge problem to fix. Change the radiator, change the water pump, or change the hose that's leaking, but I gotta find out where it's leaking from first. But gonna do some maintenance on this. Definitely gonna do some maintenance on this, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a full tune-up with the spark plugs and the I don't know if it has, I don't know if there's coils on here, but the spark plugs and maybe the spark plug wires and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing all that, but at this point we're going to go little by little and see what we get out of here. Also, the blower motor only works on all the way up. It doesn't. So maybe it's there might be an issue with maybe like a fuse or a relay on the blower motor that's causing it. Definitely gonna check out all the fuses, make sure all the fuses are good. But to start off with, we're gonna do some maintenance on this, and we're just gonna take down a list of what needs to be fixed.